Hello everybody, Faithful Otaku here, and I'm back at it with a new kind of video. So, while browsing YouTube today, I saw a little Sonic is Dead video, which kind of annoyed me. Normally when I come across these videos, I tend to ignore them or just leave a little witty comment and leave. But unfortunately, this guy seems to be getting into a bit of an argument with me and has gotten some of his friends, who are definitely not his alt accounts, to argue with me on this behalf, and whenever I try to comment, my comments just magically disappear. So I have a feeling that either he's deleting my comments or YouTube's comment system is just screwed up and auto-deleting them, so I thought I'd just make a little response video. So yeah, this is what I believe is the worst take of Sonic Racing Crossworlds that I've ever seen on this platform. So let's get into it.
Sega does what Nintendo don't, which is getting their ass kicked, pretty much.
No, I'd probably say Sega does respect their fans. They'll even hire them to work on video game projects after seeing so much talent in the Sonic community, unlike Nintendo, who will go out of their way to sue their fans and waste time and resources, as seen with this whole POW World lawsuit, which is Nintendo's attempt to kill creativity. See, this is one of the reasons why I hate Nintendo fanboys so much. They have this little superiority complex when it comes to the Sonic fandom and Sonic games, just because Nintendo, quote, lost or won the console war. And in reality, Nintendo didn't really win the console war, they just didn't lose as badly as Sega did. If anything, it was PlayStation that won the console war. I mean, what? The Nintendo 64 only sold like 33 million units, while the PlayStation 1 sold over 100, and the PlayStation 2 sold over 155 million, while the GameCube only sold like 22 million or something, so yeah, it really annoys me when these Mario fanboys ride on Nintendo as if like they're the savior of gaming or something, but it is what it is.
Getting their ass kicked by Nintendo is what Sega has been the best at for the last 20 or 30 years.
I fail to see how this is relevant to the conversation, but if that's the case, I can say Nintendo is also known for getting their ass kicked by PlayStation. Heck, Nintendo can't even compete with a dedicated console anymore. They have to rely on their handhelds now. Nintendo has always relied on their handhelds. Their consoles have never really been all that up to snuff, aside from the Wii, but that was more of a happy accident if anything. Because after 2008, the Wii just fell from grace.
And this Sonic Racing Crossworlds, everybody on the internet was just glazing the hell out of this game, acting like it was gonna put Mario Kart World in the grave. Mario Kart World is dead.
I don't think anyone ever said that it would put Mario Kart World in the grave, or that Mario's dead or anything. All we said is that it's looking like a better game than Mario Kart World. See, again, with Nintendo fanboys, everything is an extreme for them. They believe that, oh well, Mario games sell better than Sonic games, so the Sonic brand is an absolute failure. And no, I mean, they're gaming studios that will kill to have an IP as successful as Sonic. But again, everything is an extreme for these Nintendo fanboys, and they over-exaggerate everything. Nobody said that the Mario Kart World would be dead because of the launch of Sonic Crossworlds Racing, but it did give Mario Kart World quite a run for its money. That is an undeniable fact.
It's officially dead. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a better game. And you even had like just, you know, these fake ass Nintendo fans, like, you know, Nintendo Land, Landon from Nintendo Land, you know. He made that crybaby video about, oh, I was getting death threats because of my negative Nintendo content or whatever.
So as someone who has had his fair share of toxicity from the Nintendo fandom, when I gave my views of the 2018 Sonic vs. Mario Death Battle, I can testify for myself that, yeah, Mario fans can get pretty crazy online, and they have sent not only death threats to me, but death threats to other people as well. Well, not in the example of Mario fans, but in the example of Nintendo fans. I remember they sent Jim Sterling death threats just for giving Zelda Breath of the Wild a 7 out of 10, which isn't even a bad score, may I add. But yeah, a lot of these Nintendo fanboys, again, a lot of them have never kissed a girl, they've never gone on dates, they're still living in their mother's basement, and they're just so full of misery that they dedicate their life to defending an Italian plumber that gets high off shrooms.
Which he didn't. He's a liar, because I didn't see any single death threat, not on Twitter, not on YouTube, but he was pretending he was receiving a bunch of...
So this guy does know that you can delete YouTube comments, right? Heck, this guy's probably deleted a lot of my comments.
Death threats from Nintendo fans and everything like that, and all I saw was just a bunch of critical comments or whatever. But this dude, you know, he recently started shilling for this Sonic racing game, started grifting for it and acting.
Man, it's really annoying to hear all of these Nintendo fanboys throw out this term grifting. Man, if you don't know what the word means, then you probably shouldn't use it. In fact, let's see, what does the term grifting mean? It'll take a quick Google search, something that this guy doesn't know how to use. Okay. Define grifting. Okay, engage in petty or small-scale swindling. So, how is preferring one game over another game swindling someone? I don't understand. Yeah, these Nintendo fanboys, if you don't know what a word means, you probably shouldn't be using it.
Like it was actually better than Mario Kart World, and he even in one of his videos doing the review of this game, he even said he was being sponsored by Sega to make the video. But of course, you know, many...
Yes, something that you'll probably never be with your, what, hardly more than 100 subscribers get a sponsorship.
Videos later, you know, he talks about Kirby Air Riders, and instead of talking about how Kirby Air Riders is going to destroy the Sonic game, he tries to pit it up against Mario Kart World, which makes no sense. They're both Nintendo, but it just shows he's...
Well, that's the thing. Nintendo releasing 2 racing games, not only in the span of the same year, but within only a few months, they're gonna cannibalize each other. I mean, I have a strong feeling that once Kirby Air Riders launches, a lot of people are just gonna ignore Mario Kart World completely, because I know a lot of people who bought Mario Kart World have already switched to Sonic Racing Crossworlds, or have gone back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which has more content despite being an older game on a weaker system.
He's a fake-ass grifter, and all he really cares about is his stupid YouTube channel and getting as many views as possible. So...
Isn't that kind of the whole point of any YouTube channel? I mean, I fail to see how you're any different. I mean, you're clearly clickbaiting with this Sonic Hate video and this ugly Sonic artwork that looks like something worse than a kid in 2nd grade can produce. So I don't see where you're going with this.
You know, I had no respect for that clown whatsoever. All that attention seeking that he did with the death threats and all of that stuff and whatnot, him being a crybaby, and now he's over here just basically proving everybody right. People were calling him a grifter because he was basically jumping on the Nintendo.
I love it how this guy calls Nintendo Land a crybaby, but yet this guy, from what I've seen, tends to delete comments that criticize his videos.
Hate bandwagon to some degree, and he continues to do that by glazing this stupid Sonic game and implying that it's better than Mario Kart World. But funny enough, this game is getting curb stomped by Mario Kart World. It is not even close. Let's just check how many people are actually playing it right now on Steam. By the way, look at the artwork real quick. Look how cheesy that shit looks.
So, something that you notice about this guy's video is that he calls the game bad, but he doesn't show any gameplay footage or anything. All he does is, in fact, he doesn't use any gameplay footage for any of the games that he talks about. All he does is just focus on this Steam page and wants to base the quality of an entire game based off of the artwork on the Steam page alone, which is completely idiotic, but, well, I mean, this is Nintendo fanboyism. What else can I say?
It really does just look like your typical $20 indie game. That's what it looks like. Looks like an indie game that's about 20 bucks. You know what?
Okay, I failed to see how Sonic Racing Crossworlds looks any worse than Mario Kart World. I mean, Mario Kart World was a launch title of the $500 Nintendo Switch system. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. The Switch 2, it's a $500 system. Games like Mario Kart World and Pokemon Legends ZA is just free software that they throw in. But the Nintendo Switch 2 is a next-gen $500 system. Mario Kart World looks no different than its predecessor. And in fact, I'd even argue that Mario Kart World looks worse than its predecessor. Let's look up a quick video here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versus World. Oh look, on YouTube we have 10 reasons Mario Kart 8 destroys World. Let's check this out, shall we?
Mario Kart World was supposed to be the ultimate Mario Kart experience, the game that finally replaced 8 Deluxe. And while it's not bad by any means, it definitely hasn't knocked Mario Kart 8 off its pedestal, at least not yet. Today, let's get into the top 10 things that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe still does better than World. Kicking off our list.
As you can see from the transition, Ramon, I couldn't even tell the difference between the games. They look almost the same. And this guy is saying that Sonic Racing Crossworlds looks like a $20 mobile game, yet not showing any footage. Let me see if there's any side-by-side comparisons. So as you can see, the games almost look identical. If anything, I'd say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looks better than Mario Kart World. Imagine buying a $500 tablet or a game that looks worse than its predecessor and has less features than its predecessor. And yet, this guy wants to say that Sonic Racing Crossworlds looks like a $20 indie game. Get out of here.
You know what? There's a way better racing game than this that costs only $15. You guys remember there's that Fast Fusion game. That Fast Fusion game, that's exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, by the way, and you should...
Yeah, of course he praises it because it's exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. I bet if this game came on for any other platform, he wouldn't be praising it. And I love how he mentions it's only $15, yet he doesn't seem to bash Mario Kart World for being $80. I swear, the double standards here.
You should highly check it out. It's only $15. But that Fast Fusion game, way better game than this Sonic game. It's basically like an F-Zero type game, like futuristic type game, and it's got really good, it's really fun. You could actually jump like with the vehicle and whatnot. It has this cool jumping mechanic. The arenas look amazing. I love the way the tracks look really good. It's got a great selection of vehicles. You can fuse different vehicles together and whatnot. That makes it even more fun to play, just being able to fuse different vehicles and create a new vehicle.
I love how he says it looks better than Sonic Racing Crossworlds graphically. He doesn't say that about Mario Kart World. And he also brings up the fact that you can create and customize vehicles and whatnot in this game. Yet, that's a feature that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had, but they removed from Mario Kart World. How come he's not complaining about that?
That is an awesome game. It's only $15. They even added some free content to it as well after the game's release. $15, it looks way better than this Sonic Racing Crossworlds game. Anybody who says otherwise is completely full of crap. It looks way better than this. This game, you look at it, look how cheesy and trashy it just looks. It looks like a $20 game.
But you're not showing the game, not showing any gameplay footage, you're just showing its Steam page. I love it how he says anyone who disagrees is full of crap. And what is this, grade school? That's like something that grade schooler would say.
Yeah, it's $70, and it's $90 just to get an additional 3 characters. And you know how much that is? You know how much that tallies up to? Only 26 characters. Wow. You get to play with 26 different characters in this shitty, low budget, low tier racing game, Sonic racing game. Meanwhile, in Mario Kart World, you got 50 characters that you can play as. Now, of course, every time I make these type of videos about it, you got morons that are like,
So, the thing is, you ever heard the term quality over quantity? See, this Sonic game is cheaper than the Mario game. The base version is cheaper. Sonic is $70, Mario is $80. Yes, I'm aware of that bundle. People are claiming that you can actually get this game for $50. Well, no, because Nintendo Switch 2 is actually worth $330. It should be no higher than $330. That's its price in Japan for the Japanese language exclusive model. But they decide to raise the price internationally because Nintendo's one of the greediest companies in gaming. And before anyone says that it's because of the language barrier, the fact that that's why that the Japan exclusive version is $330. Why couldn't we get an English version, English exclusive version in America for $330? See my point? But anyway, no, those people who bought the $500 Mario Kart World Bundle did not get this for $50. You still got the game for $80, you're just paying a $120 premium on the Switch 2 console, because the Switch 2 should be no more than $330, because that's how much it's worth in Japan, that's how much it's being sold for, but Nintendo's scalping it internationally. And again, that's just with the base version. Base version of Sonic Racing Crossworlds is cheaper than Mario Kart World, and while he argues that the deluxe edition is $90, the deluxe edition comes with a season pass. You're getting other characters down the road for free. Well, I mean, not for free, but you get it with the season pass. So if you buy the $90 version, you will also be getting Mega Man, Proto Man, Pac-Man, SpongeBob, and Avatar and Turtles, and other characters as well. Characters that obviously aren't in the game yet, because the data miners would have found that out by now if they were. I mean, if I'm wrong, someone feel free to prove that I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, those characters aren't in the actual game yet. It's not like on-disc DLC, unlike with the case with Pokemon Legends ZA, where DLC, where they're locking Mega Raichu behind a paywall, was announced before the game was even out yet. Now that's content already on the game that Nintendo has charged separately after the game was released.
You're triggered, you're salty, or whatever because it's doing better than Mario. Actually, no, it's not doing better.
Oh yeah, and in response to his how Mario Kart World has more characters than Sonic Racing Crossworld, again, quality versus quantity. While Mario Kart World has more racers, a lot of them are just lame generic enemies. At least all of the Sonic racers of the base game are fully voiced and have fully voiced interactions with each of the other racers. You can't say that for the Mario Kart World roster. I mean, let's check out the Mario Kart World roster, shall we? Okay, look at this roster. So many of these characters are just generic enemies. I mean, sure, Sega could have expanded the Sonic Racing roster by including like Motobugs and Buzz Bombers and whatnot, but quality over quantity, and again, all the Sonic racers are voiced. And look, you even actually have repeating characters. You have Mario, and you have Baby Mario, Luigi, Baby Luigi, Peach, Baby Peach, Daisy, Baby Daisy, Rosalina, Baby Rosalina, and I mean, you have Crab, whoever this guy is. I know he's the football player from Super Mario World. But yeah, quality over quantity. Half this roster I would never even touch if I owned Mario Kart World. So yeah, I don't see what this guy's point is.
Better than Mario Kart World. Let's see how many people are playing it right now. Only 766 people playing this game on Steam right now. That's it. 766 people are playing this trash game. Oh look, it's got 92.27% positive reviews out of 9,000 reviews. Look, these are just the losers who live on YouTube and on the internet. And
Did he just describe himself in a nutshell? A loser living on YouTube and the internet? And keep in mind, this 766 in-game users, we don't know what time of the day he took this number from. For all we know, he could have taken it at 3 a.m. in the morning on a workday. And this is just one system. Sonic is multi-plat. Sonic Crossworlds is available on Steam, and it's also available on the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch 2, the Xbox One, the Xbox Series S and Series X, the PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 5. It's on multiple platforms. So for him to only take one look at one version of the game is pretty dumb. And if we would just take a quick look at Twitch, we could probably get a better idea of how this game fares against Mario Kart World. And would you look at that? So right now it is Thursday. As you can see, it's 3 p.m. So this is an optimal time that people will be gaming, as it's right after school or right after work. We have 325 viewers for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. If we look at Mario Kart World, we only have 86 viewers. So, yeah. I know earlier today when I watched his video, Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing Crossworlds were like at around both 150 views, but now Mario Kart World has declined, so... And you can see this in real time. So... yeah, well, right now, Sonic Racing is more popular in terms of viewers. Yeah, it has less followers, but that's just because Mario's a bigger name. That's to be expected. But the game has severely died off in comparison to its followers. I mean, what, 86 viewers and over 35,000 followers? Yeah, people have left Mario Kart World since launch. Meanwhile, Sonic Racing Crossworld only has 7,000 viewers and has, what, like 3 times, or no, probably 4 times as much as Mario Kart World in terms of viewers? So what the heck is this guy talking about?
There's only 9,000 reviews. The general population, people, is like millions and millions and millions of people who are all buying Mario Kart World instead. 766 players are playing it right now. Their 24-hour peak is only 1,500 players, so 1,500, that's it. Their all-time peak, which was 2 months ago, was 13,630. What?
Again, this is just one platform. Sonic is multi-plat, so this is only a fraction of the real numbers for Sonic Racing Crossworlds as a whole.
A joke. Only 13,000 was like their all-time peak. Okay? And let's see what's their lowest like numbers that they've gotten recently. So Wednesday, November 5th, they had 489 players. So that's the lowest amount that they've had, just 489 players. In another few months, a couple months or so, that's probably going to be like its average player count. It's like 400 or so. But yeah.
Like 86? Like the amount of viewers for Mario Kart World on Twitch?
Yeah, this is a trash game, and there were so many goofballs and shills praising it. A lot of people were literally being sponsored by Sega to talk about this game, be like, yeah, this game is actually way better than.
And Nintendo doesn't sponsor people? Like when Nintendo obviously sponsored a GamerNex, or making that laughably scripted Pokemon Z Legends ZA review. Get out of here.
Mario Kart World, oh, it's so much more fun. By the way, this video is sponsored by Sega. You know, I've seen so many videos like that. I just mentioned, you know, Landon from Nintendo Land. It was the same thing with him. But of course, you know, he's also a grifter, and so he continues to give this game false praise and act like, you know, it's better than Mario Kart World. You know, he's a clown. He's a clown, and he's not to be taken seriously anymore. But let me just say this. This game, you know, people want to say, well, you're only looking at Steam right now. It's also on PlayStation and Nintendo and Xbox. Yeah.
So even he debunks himself. Like I said, these numbers are only a fraction.
I highly doubt it's doing bigger numbers on any of those other consoles.
No, Sonic has a history of selling the best on Nintendo because Nintendo's target market is children, and Sonic's target market is also children. So that's why Sonic has a history of selling the best on Nintendo. I remember back in like the GameCube, PS2, Xbox original days, you could combine the sales for like Sonic Heroes on the Xbox and PlayStation 2, and Nintendo GameCube sales were still like more than double their sales combined. So yeah, Sonic has had a history of always selling better on Nintendo than other platforms.
I doubt it's doing better over there. Highly doubt that. But you know what? Let me just say this. Mario Kart World right now has sold more than 9 million copies. And it is only on one console, the Nintendo Switch 2. So it's only on one console, and it's got already sold over 9 million copies. Pretty sure this game has sold nowhere near that amount. Probably.
So, as of now, let's see, Sonic Crossworlds has only been out not even 2 months yet, and it's already sold over 1 million copies. That's really impressive for a Sonic spin-off. As for the whole Mario thing, yeah, apparently it's sold over 9 million units, but what this person doesn't take into account is the fact that most of the sales were from bundled copies with the Switch. Switch 2, I should say. Like over 8 million. I mean, he doesn't mention this later in the video. He says he assumes only like 1 million sales came from the Switch 2 bundles, but if he'd actually do some Googling, he'd see that it was actually about 8 million, as you can see here. Yeah, simple Google search. According to recent financial reports, 8.1 million Nintendo Switch 2 units were sold with Mario Kart World bundled. So yeah, that's why the Mario Kart World unit sales are so high, because it was a bundled game. Again, actually it was free software for a $500 tablet. But anyway, the rest of the video is just nonsense, just him hating on Sonic, trying to encourage people to believe that herp derp, Sonic Racing Cross World is bad. Why? Because I said so, with my poor Google search skills and lack of research. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end the video here. Reason being because, like he said in his own words, I don't want to be like him, a loser who spends all his time on the internet. Unlike him, I have a life. And I did want to mention too that just because the game sold a lot, that doesn't necessarily mean that people are liking the game. As you can see on Twitter, a lot of people are actually disliking the game. The 1/10 that haven't. And of course people are praising it for selling almost 9 million. But again, it was bundled. Proud to be one of the 10 that didn't. So yeah, and mind you, the reason why the guy even made this video is because he and other Nintendo fanboys are trying to detract and pull attention away from the fact that Nintendo has been losing their court case due to Power World. And I made a comment that keeps getting deleted, may I add. Where, oh no, not this one, sorry. Not that one. There we go. Yeah, where I say that, yeah, they're trying to distract themselves from the Power World lawsuit. And then he gets upset, says, oh look, they sold 10 million units. And mind you, those 10 million units, it's possible that it was only 10 million Switch 2's consoles or handhelds that were shipped, not Switch 2 units that were sold. I'll have to look into this later, but yeah, I guess people don't even have all the facts yet. And mind you, I make a big response to his claims, but I guess either YouTube auto-deleted it or he deleted it, I don't know. And then he gets people who are definitely are not his alt account to join in his argument, and I'm labeled as a hater. How am I a hater if I have thousands of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate videos and even hundreds of Mario Kart videos? Well, I'm not sure if it's hundreds yet, but quite a few Mario Kart videos on my YouTube channel. I hate Nintendo fanboys, but I mean, I don't hate Nintendo games. Sure, I don't like some of the stuff that they do as a corporation, such as targeting fan game projects and shutting down emulation sites containing ROMs of games that are decades old. And yeah, people may say, oh, but Faithful Otaku, you called him a Nintendrone, so you deserve to be called out. Well, no, because like what, a month ago or so, oh no, this was only like 2 weeks ago, this guy was again bootlicking Nintendo, saying that we should be grateful for the $70 and $80 games that Nintendo is charging, and I disagree with that. Then he calls me a goofball. See, he tends to insult everybody who disagrees with him and calls him a goofball, so yeah, if he's gonna call me a goofball, then yeah, of course I'm gonna call him a Nintendrone. So anyway, yeah, I may make a part 2 to this, if enough people want me to, but if I were to critique every single thing that he says in this video, I'll be here all day. And unlike some people on the internet, I actually have a life and have other stuff, obligations that I need to get taken care of. So yeah, that's my little rant about the worst take on Sonic Racing Crossworlds that I've ever seen. So yeah, If you liked this video and would like to see more, please be sure to smash that like button, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified whenever I make new videos. And also hit the subscribe button, it's free to do so and it'll help my channel out. Anyway, I got more Sonic Racing Crossworlds to play. I'm Faithful Otaku, and as always, I hope you all have a way past blessed day. Bye bye!